Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I managed to pick up a copy of Daemon X Machina physically on the Nintendo Switch 2, and it actually, I was pretty shocked to see that it comes with a little booklet, like the old days. It actually came with a little booklet in there with instructions and a manual. I'm like, they really went all out for the physical edition. I was so happy. I was like, this is awesome. It's literally the guide written by Forge and Toby. It's classic. And it's actually not too thin either. It's pretty thick. It's like, I was just shocked. I'm like, it makes me want to get the PlayStation 5 version to see if the PlayStation 5 version comes with a big book. See? I was shocked. And yes, it is on the actual cartridge. I am in America, so it's the American copy. I went to 3 different stores to get one because I didn't pre-order because I thought with Silksong coming out, nobody was going to buy it anyway. Alright, now that I've shown you what the game looks like physically and it comes with a little booklet, let's talk about the game itself. The actual full release of the game, day one, with day one patch and all. Let's talk about it real quick. So, with the day one patch, first thing on the list, it didn't really fix really anything that I've noticed so far. I spent about an hour with it, the actual full release. I went to a new area just to see how it would run and everything, and the enemies were a lot tougher, which is good because the demo was really easy, especially if you've played a lot of mech games like I have, or exosuit games like I have. Really the only thing I noticed is that when you're flying around the world really fast with the what is it, Femto or Fento, the red stuff that makes you go super fast. When you're using that and you're flying around the world, it's not as jittery. The screen doesn't tear as much. In fact, I feel like that is fixed. Exploring the world feels much smoother, and that's good. Unfortunately, it did not increase the frame rate at all, and this is docked. I haven't tried it yet in handheld mode. The demo ran pretty good on handheld mode, so I'm not worried about handheld mode. But yeah, docked, full release, day one patch, didn't really fix much. In fact, the long load times are still there. I was hoping it would fix the load times, because when you're going from one end of the map to the next in the same first area that was in the demo, it could take up to a minute to let you out of that little box before it loads the outside world. I went from the far end of the map, the new area I went to, all the way back to the base, and it took at least a minute. Had to be at least a minute before it would let me out of that little cubicle spot. At least I can run around and jump around and have fun in my suit and look at my pretty suit. But yeah, otherwise you'd be staring at a loading screen the whole time. I don't know why they haven't fixed that yet. I know it doesn't have an SSD like the PS5 and Series X and probably most PCs, but that is an issue. So long load times. Hopefully, I don't know if it'll be faster in handheld mode because it's not trying to up-res it or anything. I don't know. I'll have to try it out in handheld mode because that might kill the battery with the super long load times like that. Like, you'll lose playtime if you're sitting there waiting for it to load into the next area. And that's kind of a bummer. So hopefully we get a patch to fix that ASAP. It feels like it's still 30 FPS, like jumping back and forth between this version and the PS5 version, which I do not have the full version of the PS5 version. I decided to go with the Switch 2 version, and we'll get to that later in this list. So it's still 30 FPS. I was really hoping we'd get at least 40 FPS upgrade for docked mode. I'll have to check again in handheld mode. Again, I was just trying to give you my thoughts real fast on the day one patch for docked play, because I feel like a lot of us are going to be playing docked, even though the main reason I bought this on the Switch 2 is so I could play it anywhere. We'll get to that in a little bit. So, still 30 FPS. It desperately needs a 60 FPS option. The graphics don't look like they're that intensive to where they couldn't get it done, especially with DLSS, which it sounds like, according to other YouTubers and Digital Foundry, is not being used in most games. Or was that just their first party games? Because it feels like if they were using it, this game would run a lot smoother. Either that or it's using FSR, but I'm not a tech guy. I don't know how that stuff works really, so correct me in the comments down below about that. Next thing is it has free and paid DLC. We're going to go look at that real quick on the eShop. All right, here we are on the eShop, and here is all the DLC available. So we got this paid weapon pack. If you did not buy the complete edition digitally, it does not come with the $100 collector's edition. None of the DLC does. That's all physical goods. And nobody had that, by the way, when I was looking for it today. So this is just a cool weapon pack. Comes with a few weapons and a sword. Move my head here so I can actually see what the heck it is. Whoop, I'm on the other side. So yeah, it comes with this cool sword right here. A couple of guns. Alright, so full release. There's a weapon set, costs you $4. On to the Arsenal skins. And if you go to the PlayStation 5, it actually shows you what they all look like. But you got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different skins here. And these two look really cool. And when you go look at them all, they're really, really cool. In fact, when I edit the video, future me, just add a picture of it so they can see it. This is what they all look like. I think they look awesome. And again, these are skins, not like armor pieces that'll increase your stats or anything. So it won't give you like an edge in the game. It'll just make you look cool. So keep that in mind. When you go to apply stuff in the game, let's say you max out your character with all the best parts, but you look like something from the scrapyard. Well, there's another section where you can equip like a skin over it, and it just overtakes that, and that's what you look like. And I know a lot of games do that nowadays, and I'm very happy they do, because what is it? Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1 and 2 don't do that. And they kind of need to, because having stats tied to certain like clothing kind of ruined the creativity in that game. Everybody looks like everybody in that game because all the best gear looks the same, unless, yeah, you use the QQ bang. Anyway, so there's that, and that'll run you $6. Not too expensive. And then we got some free DLC here. Some cool spiky hair, and then of course a mohawk. I'm very happy about the mohawk. I was kind of bummed that there was no mohawk in the demo, because I'm like, how can you make like a punk futuristic robot game and not have a mohawk? That's stupid. Well, there it is. Freaking mohawk. Awesome. And that is free. I'm surprised it was free. I'm surprised it's not like $2 or something. So free mohawk. Then you get some emotes for playing online with your friends. I haven't really tried these out yet. I haven't really played co-op yet online. I probably won't on the Switch version because internet sucks, and none of my friends have signed up for game chat. So unless I use Discord or something, which none of them use Discord either, the best place to play online for me would have been the PlayStation. But again, nobody wanted to play it, unfortunately. And then we are down to the pre-order set. This is what you got in the pre-order set. You got a suit for the male and female avatar. Then you get this cool skin for your your robot, your exosuit, whatever it is. Arsenal, that's it. But yeah, so that's pretty cool looking. So that's the DLC as of day one. And unfortunately, they don't have it listed here for how much the new area is going to cost. That comes with the complete edition here. So when you click on this, you come down, these are the sets that are coming out later that you can see. They're just not available yet. Claimer's outfit, Sovereign Axiom outfit, and of course, the Into the Abyss, a new area to explore, which kind of looks like the area that's already in the game. So I'll have to wait and see how that turns out. Hopefully they don't wait until this comes out to fix the game on the Switch too, because that would suck. I really hope they get the patches out real fast. But yeah, that's the DLC. Not too shabby. Just to show you that I actually played the game here. But yeah, so it's pretty fun. You're probably wondering why I would go with the Switch 2 version, since it's technically the worst version of the game, according to all the reviewers. And people have played it early and got the actual, full game with the day one patch. I read this huge paragraph and article about the guy had played it literally on every platform, and he said the pros and cons of every single platform. But he said the console with the worst performance and visuals was the Switch 2, and that kills me because the first game was Switch exclusive. So you would think they would have focused on the Switch 2 version, but maybe in their mind they're like, well, it'll be released early in the Switch's life, the Switch 2's life. Probably won't get that many sales on the Switch 2 because nobody will buy it. Well, it's the fastest selling console ever, so wrong-o. So hopefully they take some extra time and really polish the Switch 2 version, because I feel like the Switch 2 version could be the version to get. The main reason I got it is because I love being able to play on the TV or on the go, just like the whole point of the Switch. Like, I've been playing this a lot. I've been playing the demo a crap ton leading up to release on both the PlayStation 5 and the Nintendo Switch 2, and I kept going towards the Switch 2 version, mainly because I could pick it up out of the dock, continue exploring, raiding tombs, beating up bad guys, stealing their equipment, just in between missions. And then when you want to play a big story mission, you plug it into the dock and you go and play the big story mission on the TV so you can hear it and play it and have fun. That's what I want the future of gaming to be. That's what I wanted out of the PlayStation 6. That's what I wanted out of Xbox. But personally, I don't care about Xbox anymore because they lied to their fan base for so long, and they keep lying to their fan base. I've talked about this before. I think Nintendo will be the last one standing, not because they listen to their fan base, but because they don't overextend and try to make billion-dollar games and hemorrhage all this money. They just stick to what they know. They stick to what works. They stick to their IPs, their brand. They're kind of like Apple when it comes to gaming, and it always works out for them. And their consoles are not necessarily super underpowered, but not overly ambitiously powerful to where they're going to lose money, a ton of money on every console. They might be losing money on the Switch too because of the tariff situation, but I don't know. I feel like Nintendo will be the last one standing, and they are technically the last one standing because they're the only ones that have true first-party exclusives. Sony's putting their exclusives everywhere. They had that big article, or one of the executives said they were trying to put things on everything. Obviously not every game. I don't think God of War will ever go to Xbox or Switch, but never say never. Anything's possible. They got to make that money back. The companies will go under. I mean, look what's happening to Microsoft. $1 trillion company. Microsoft Studios aren't making enough money in their mind, and they're just closing them down left and right. That's crazy. That's scary. Like, ugh. Anyway, so to end the video, I would say the Switch 2 version desperately needs more patches, like a 60 FPS patch, because the game doesn't seem that graphically intensive to where they couldn't do it. And you look at other games like Donkey Kong 60 FPS, and all these other games are 60. Make it a cell shaded. I don't know. I don't care. Make it cell shaded. Make it change the graphics if you have to. Just get it 60 FPS. This game needs 60 FPS on the Switch 2. I don't understand why it's not. I know it's early on in the Switch's life, but it desperately needs 60 FPS. And the load times. It's got to be something to be able to be done about the load times. The load times are insane. Basically, overall, I would just like to see better optimization for the game. It's a super fun game. I'll probably be playing it for a long time, regardless of how it runs on the Switch 2, because, well, I just spent, $70 on it to play it on the Switch 2. I'm super stoked that the physical edition comes with a little booklet. That's really cool. So, would I recommend buying it right now? Unfortunately, not on the Switch 2. Unless you got nothing else to play and nothing else really excites you, I would probably hold off for a sale or until they patch it. Because right now, it's pretty rough around the edges on the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, if you have a PlayStation 5 or a super high-end PC, yes, go buy it right now. It's a super fun game. It's freaking amazing. Play it now. Thank me later. As always, thank you for watching. I'm not quite sure how to end the video. And as always, stay frosty.